What is the average rate of change of a function? The average rate of change tells you how much a function increases or decreases per unit on a given interval. To calculate the average rate of change of a function, you use the slope formula together with the endpoints of the interval. Let's discover how. To calculate the average rate of change of a function, you find the change in y-coordinates and divide it by the change in x-coordinates, just like the slope formula dictates. We call this rise over run. A common notation in mathematics used to indicate change is the delta symbol. In this case, the change in y is denoted by delta y, and the change in x is denoted by delta x. So, the rise over the run is delta y divided by delta x. Let's take a closer look through an example. Consider the function f of x equals x squared. Say you need to find the average rate of change of this function on the interval between x1 equals minus 1 and x2 equals 2, where the subscripts 1 and 2 are called indices. We use this notation in mathematics to distinguish different values for the same variable. You will also see that indices are useful when calculating the deltas. Now, you need to find the corresponding y values. The corresponding y value for x1 is called y1. You find y1 like this. y1 equals f of x1 equals f of minus 1 equals minus 1 squared equals 1. The corresponding y value for x2 is called y2. y2 is then given by y2 equals f of x2 equals f of 2 equals 2 squared, which equals 4. For the given interval, you have now found the endpoints, a at minus 1, 1 and b at 2, 4. The average rate of change between these points is found by dividing the rise by the run, delta y over delta x. To find the change in y, you take the y-coordinate of point B, y2, and subtract the y-coordinate of point A, y1. To find the change in x, you take the x-coordinate of point B, x2, and subtract the x-coordinate of point A, x1. This gives you 4 minus 1 over 2 minus negative 1, which equals 3 over 3, which is 1. For the function f of x equals x squared, the function value increases by 1 every time x increases by 1 on the interval between a and b. You can draw a secant between the 2 points to check that the slope of the line is 1. The average rate of change could be negative if the function value decreases over the interval, or it could also be 0, which would indicate that the function increases just as much as it decreases on the interval. The average rate of change tells you how much the function value increases or decreases, on average, as x increases by 1 on a given interval.